Hello friends, so in this video let us understand about the determinants of curriculum development. So we know the meaning of curriculum development. It is nothing but planning, organizing, selecting the learning experiences and implementing it. Then finally we are going to evaluate the process of this whatever we have executed. So that is curriculum development. But there are some factors which strongly influences and determines the curriculum development. So this video is going to talk about uh, the exclusively the factors or the determinants which helps to have this curriculum development in any institution. So what are those curriculum determinants or factors? Who are they? So they are nothing but they help us to take some decisions or making decisions, and they help us. They make us aware about what is to be involved in the curriculum and which will help the development of curriculum, implementation of the curriculum, and evaluation of the curriculum. So those factors collectively we can say curriculum determinants. These determinants may be present within the person. Here the person means the learner or the teacher, or within the institution, or within the community, or within the society, or maybe the government also taking part in this curriculum development. So there are several factors. Collectively we are putting them under one heading, that is curriculum determinants. So commonly speaking, there are two types of curriculum determinants in any type of curriculum development. One is the factors which are present internally. So internal determinants and influencing this curriculum development externally. External determinants. So commonly it is divided into two: internal determinants and external determinants. Let's start with the first determinants, that is internal determinants of curriculum development, under which we have the first one, learner's psychology. So here the learner psychology is about the students' mental ability and the status when they are exposed to a particular type of curriculum. So during curriculum development, this is one of the factor, or this determinants, this decides what type of curriculum should be implemented to the learners. So keeping in mind the emotional status, the mental status, and the mental ability of the students. Okay, according to this views only, this curriculum should be developed. So the first factor is learners psychology. Second is about the teachers, because teachers are the mediators between the curriculum and between the students. So they are the counselors, mentors, and they provide guidance and counseling to the students, and they translate the things to the students, and they teach the student, they impart knowledge to the students. So the role of the teachers are considered here. It is vast, and it also has significant importance in developing the curriculum. So who is going to teach if the curriculum is developed, if particular curriculum is developed, and who will be the teacher who is going to teach, and what would be the qualification of those teachers, and where are they from, and from where we are going to recruit them. So teachers also playing a vital role in determining the curriculum development, because there are you can say there is a very huge shortage in a particular profession where they are looking for the teachers or the faculties, but they are not able to find them because of, maybe the reasons are many, but still there are vacancies for the set post in a particular curriculum which is designed for a particular section of students, right? So while developing the curriculum, we have to see the availability of the teachers, and the recruitment process, and the qualification of the teachers, and the role of the teachers. These also should be considered, right? So teachers, they are the second factor, internal factors determining the curriculum development. We talk about the environmental factors. It may be of two types, because the environment, it is generally surrounds the person. Here the person is a student or the individual, or it may be a community or the society where the person is residing, right? So it may be sometimes um, natural environment, it may be, or sometimes it is a man-made environment. So these factors also decide which type of curriculum should be developed. Okay. For example, if you talk about nursing profession, we have different specialties also, and the students can get variety of learning experiences in terms of medical surgical nursing, pediatric nursing, obstetrics and gynecology, community health nursing, and mental health nursing, right? So medical surgical nursing is a vast area, and the nursing foundation is one of the major subject they have, and they learn all the basic subjects, right? So if you talk about again community health nursing, they have to go to rural and urban health centers, and they have to visit the rural areas, and house to house they have to visit to all the families, so they learn something. So these are the factors. So environmental factors where they are going to get this learning experiences are also considered as one of the determinant, right? So this also helps to have the specific curriculum designed for a particular group of students. The next factor or determinant is about existing curriculum. So what we have already, which is running currently, presently we have some kind of curriculum which shows some kind of lacunas, or it is found that the existing curriculum is not uh, sufficient, or it is inadequate, or having some flaws that the students are unable to fulfill their learning experiences. In that case, they can go for either revising the curriculum or the new curriculum can be developed. So existing curriculum is no more useful for the students or to the society, or it is not going to fulfill the needs of the society, or the societal needs are not met by the existing curriculum. In that case, that is one of the determinant which is going to help us to develop the new curriculum. And finally, the institution where the students are going to get this learning experiences, either theory or practical. So the institution decides whether this curriculum is to be developed or not. So according to their aims and objectives, the philosophy of the institution, and the availability of the basic amenities and the teachers, physical facilities. So it depends on the infrastructure and all other factors. So collectively, the institution decides whether the curriculum should be developed or not. So this is the major factor which helps to have this curriculum development. So these are the internal determinants we have, especially to develop the curriculum. One is learners psychology, and the teachers, their environmental factors, existing curriculum, and the institution. Let us see the external determinants of curriculum developments. Okay, what are the factors playing a role in this? One is government policy. So this is, we can say, the institutions or the universities has to adopt the policies whichever is released by the government, or it becomes mandatory many a times, right? So even for example, educational policy which is released in the recent days. So all the institutions are uh, instructed to follow this or apply these policies in their institutions. This is mandatory, right? It may be sometimes from the central government or from the state government, or sometimes the local bodies which controls the education also plays a vital role in implementing these changes. So government policies always plays a vital role, and the government decides which type of education or the curriculum to be implemented, and the quality of curriculum which is already running in the institutions. So it is decided by the government agencies only. Maybe it is central, state level, or the local level bodies. So externally, if you see, this is a major factor which decides which type of curriculum should be implemented in the institutions, and that helps the society, and that meets the needs of the society as well. So government policies are the major external determinants of curriculum development. Secondly, the societal considerations. As I mentioned earlier, the need of the society should be kept in mind before designing or developing any curriculum. Okay, so the aims and objectives the institution has already, and whether it is going to meet the societal needs or not. Even in societies also, we can see a group of people, several groups are available, and they differ from many aspects. Maybe cultural aspects, and in terms of culture, you can say even food pattern also, or the education as well, and the dressing patterns, and religions. So everything is different, and there are several groups available in the society. Whether this educational objectives and aims developed by the institution is going to meet the societal needs or not, how the society is going to be benefited by this curriculum, right? Because if it is implemented, the curriculum is implemented, and the students are learning something in the institutions, and once they are out of the institution, and they completed their program successfully, how they are going to do their services and whether the services are going to be beneficial to the societies, that is the major factor. So societal considerations are kept in mind while designing the curriculum, right? So it is another factor which helps us to have a very significantly designed curriculum, especially the curriculum which meets the societal demands. And third one is financial priorities and the constraints. So this is always for the government also and for the private agencies also. Sometimes if the institution is a private institution, definitely they will look into this financial constraints, because they need to have well developed infrastructure and the equipments and articles needed to provide training and the development of this teaching materials, learning materials, and providing the clinical experiences to the students, especially when we talk about nursing. Five different specialties, as I mentioned, so students should be placed in different areas. So if they have a parent hospital, then it is not going to be an issue. But if they have affiliated hospitals, then they have to search for various specialties, and the students should be provided versatile experience in all the clinical areas, okay, according to their specialty. So it may be a burden for them, and in that case, they are going to fix the tuition fees or the clinical fees something higher than the other institutions. So this may affect the learners this also, and additionally the institution also is going to face some financial constraints, because giving salary to the professional teachers according to their experience, and recruiting or finding the right teachers to teach the curriculum is also again a burden. So according to the pay scale, they have to go for the payment also. So everything is the institution is considering, then finally they are taking the decision whether to develop the curriculum or not. So this is another major determinant which helps to design the particular curriculum. And what type of curriculum is going to be developed, it is purely based on the financial status of the institution or the government agency. And next is the philosophical factors. So philosophical factors is what type of philosophical education is going to be provided by the institution, right? So whether it is going to be learning by doing or truly experimental based education they are going to give, or we can say in other terms, it is whether it is idealism is going to work, or realism, or pragmatism, or existentialism, or so on, right? So the philosophical type of education is adopted by the institution also play a vital role, right? Because purely experimental studies or experimental based education is going to cost a lot to the institution. Even if it is established by the government agency, it is a burden for the government also, right? So these are the another constraints what the agencies or the institutions are going to face in the future while developing the curriculum. And the last one is education and examination bodies. So here very specifically we can say in nursing we have Indian Nursing Council and Gujarat Nursing Council, or Tamil Nadu State Nurses Council, or Madhya Pradesh, or there are so many councils we have. In each and every state there is a local state council which decides the conduction of the examinations and implementation of the syllabus as it is directed by the central body, that is Indian Nursing Council. So they decide the curriculum. Okay, recently also we had changes in the BSc nursing curriculum, which is entirely changed. Exclusively, they have shifted into semester-based education. Every 6 months they will be having exams. So the previous system is completely vanished, and they have stepped into the new type of education or curriculum, which is another good change that we have seen in BSc nursing curriculum. So in future, it may be seen in other programs as well for the betterment and to increase the quality of education, right? So even conduction of examination also it is changed. So previously the students had to appear only in practical examination, that too in the hospitals they have to provide nursing aid to the patients. But this last year onwards, because of the implementation of this semester based education, OSCE also introduced objective structured clinical examination. It is another added advantage for the students. They can prepare themselves for the competitive examinations in the future. So without any fear, they can face the situation. So this is another advantage for the students, those who are preparing themselves for the competitive examinations. So these are the changes implemented by the education and examination bodies. So they determine which type of curriculum in theory as well as in the practical is to be implemented. So they also play a vital role in developing the curriculum. right? So these are the external determinants. Collectively, we have two factors: internal and the external determinants. Um, Inside the institution and within the person, or outside, or the government agencies, everything plays together, and finally the output is a curriculum which is designed for a particular community or particular society, where the students as well as the society is benefited, right? So this is all about the determinants of curriculum development. Thank you.